Believe it or not, an isentropic turbine doesn't actually exist in the real world. We just imagine it theoretically, so we can calculate the actual work produced by a real turbine. But how? What even is an isentropic turbine anyway? Basically, isentropic means adiabatic and reversible. This means the turbine is dropping the gas pressure while keeping the entropy constant, with absolutely no heat exchange with the environment. Let's break this down with a really simple example. Imagine we have an isentropic turbine receiving an ideal gas from a pipeline at a pressure of 1200 kilopascals and a temperature of 800 Kelvin. It's supposed to drop the pressure of this gas to generate some work for us. Since a turbine is an open system, meaning mass and energy are both going in and coming out, the first law of thermodynamics looks like this. But hey, we're not going to use this huge, complicated formula directly. We're going to simplify it. First, based on our problem, we assume the turbine is adiabatic, meaning there is zero heat transfer in or out. Now, I have to admit, this assumption isn't entirely true in reality. We always have some heat exchange with the surroundings. But in the industry, they insulate turbines so well that this adiabatic assumption holds up nicely. On top of that, in practice, we ignore the changes in potential and kinetic energy. So those two terms get dropped from the equation, and we end up with something like this. The work output from the turbine simply becomes equal to the change in enthalpy between the incoming and outgoing fluid. And for an ideal gas, that enthalpy change is just the heat capacity at constant pressure, multiplied by the change in temperature.
Okay, but we don't have the outlet pressure or the outlet temperature of the turbine. So what do? We use a little trick to get around this. For instance, we just say we want the outlet pressure of the turbine to be 150 kilopascals. Now we want to figure out if this turbine drops the pressure from 1200 kilopascals down to 150 kilopascals, how much will the fluid's temperature drop at the exit? Because the processes were adiabatic, we use the ideal gas adiabatic relations, which is this formula right here. In the exponent of that formula, there's a value K. That's the ratio of heat capacity at constant pressure to the heat capacity at constant volume. We can look these up in reference materials. Let's say for our specific process fluid, those values are 0.75 and 0.5. In that case, K would equal 1.5.
Great. Now that we have the inlet pressure and temperature, the outlet pressure and the value of K, a quick calculation gives us an outlet temperature of 400 Kelvin. Now that we've calculated the turbine's outlet temperature, we can find the isentropic work, which comes out to 300 kilojoules per kilogram. This means that for every 1 kilogram of fluid, the turbine generates 300 kilojoules of work. But remember, this is a theoretical value, and the actual work is going to be less than this.
So how do we calculate the actual work? Well, this part is up to us, depending on what we set as the turbine's efficiency. Efficiency is simply the ratio of actual work to ideal work, which is that isentropic work we just talked about. Let's say I want my turbine's efficiency to be 90%. With a little simple math, the actual work comes out to 270 kilojoules per kilogram. Meaning for every 1 kilogram of fluid, this turbine produces 270 kilojoules of actual work. What would you want your turbine's efficiency to be? Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're going to have a ton of these awesome tutorials together.